Hello everybody, what is up? It's Solosice here, and first thing you might notice is, where the frick have I been? In short, I spent a lot of time streaming.
Wait, that was not a very good...
What?
Oh!
In long, I spent way too much time playing Minecraft, and I just never got around to making videos. Second thing you might notice, what the frick happened to my hair? It's all gone! Third thing you might notice is, what the frick am I doing in my room? Well, you see, with school ending, I have made it my goal to shove as much educational related content down your guys' throat. And what better way to do that than to do an experiment? So for context, I've been in an online class, and we were supposed to have an experiment done by June. I've barely even started mine. Can I get a round of applause for time management? Anyway, the experiment that I've decided to conduct is what material is the best for canceling echo. Since, you know, I'm a guy who likes there to be no echo, considering that I record YouTube videos. In short, I was planning on having my experiment done a couple months ago, however things didn't go well and I ended up having to start my entire experiment over again. So here we are, 3 days before the due date, filming this crap. Now basically, what the procedure consists of is you take a speaker, you put it up against a wall, you take a material and put it against the wall, and then you blast sounds into the speaker while you record the audio with a microphone. And whichever material absorbs the most sound is essentially the most useful material. For each material, I'm going to be giving it 3 separate scores: a thickness score, a weight score, and a fluffiness score. And I hypothesize that the materials that are the most fluffy, thick, and heavy will prove the best when testing them out to see if they absorb the most audio. Now, I'm prepared to conduct the experiment after I've written a very long research paper. However, my room, it's a freaking mess. There's a bag of my freaking hair. Are you kidding me? Why didn't I just dispose of it? Well, I like to keep my hair to memorize it 10 years in the future where I'm like, I really wish I had long hair. Oh wait, maybe I can get some more. We have a couple of the materials here. We have a trash can full of trash. We have a bunch of shoes. Random junk just thrown all over the floor. Freaking sound panels that I decided to build but never used. Why? I have no idea. My bed is a mess. My freaking desk is a mess. Everything's a mess. Outside's a mess. There's this random freaking chunk of paper outside of my house. I think I just scared the neighbor. But yeah, before I do anything, I'm going to need to clean up my room. Montage.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the...
Now, wouldn't you agree that this is a much more stabilized environment? Now, this is a lot of materials. However, I have a couple more. Now, this is all the materials we have. We have a mattress, carpet, rug, blanket, comforter, sheet, book, paper towel, construction paper. Oh, there's a freaking ant right there. Acoustic foam panel, notebook, cotton shirt, towel, cardboard. And for the final material, we have my wall. Now, in order to determine those 3 scores from earlier, weight, fluffiness, and thickness, we have to follow a certain procedure to find the score of each. The first thing you want to do is measure the dimensions of the material that you're using, because you'll need that information to continue with the next steps. For weight, you want to take the volume of the material divided by the total mass of it. For thickness, all that's going to be is the width of the material against the wall. And for fluffiness, I'm going to put a 10-pound weight on the material, and however much that material compresses is how fluffy it is. Each of those criteria has a score of 1, 2, or 3, and the requirements for that are going to be right here. Once we've determined all of those factors, we're going to move on to the next step. In my opinion, this is the best part of the experiment. So here we have my really crappy school computer from like 4 years ago, actually. And we have a couple audio tunes here, and we're going to play these audio tunes through a speaker that's facing the wall, and the audio tunes sound like this. And then we're gonna take that data through this microphone. This is just my snowball microphone that I use for like streaming and stuff. Here's my Haynes microphone that you guys keep making fun about. Can't really show it on the screen because I'm gonna put it next to the wall. It's gonna record the audio, and this wavelength measurement is gonna provide us data for basically how loud the sound was, and it's gonna show us how much the material actually absorbed. Finally, we're gonna find the differences to that, and we're gonna put it into a spreadsheet. We're gonna make a big graph. It's gonna be very nice. So let's start with the first step and measure all of the criteria. I know I've done the snapping transition about 7 times. Let's do it again. So the first thing we need to do with all these materials is measure them. Now, to measure them, you basically gotta flip it over. And then once you have all of that information, you basically translate it into the volume and you see how much each piece of the material weighs. So, since I don't have an actual scale to weigh, smaller objects, I have this human size scale, the one that you stand on and it gives you your weight. Basically, the way I'm going to use this is I'm going to first stand on it, and then I'm going to grab an object, in this case the mattress, hold it at the same time, and compare the difference between the original weight and the new weight. For example, if I stand on the scale now, it says I weigh 66.2 kilos. Now if I grab this mattress, and I walk over here, and then I stand on it again, says I weigh 78.3 kilos. Now if you take the difference of those two numbers, you get around 12 kilos, and that's what I'm going to mark down in the spreadsheet.
The playground is where I spend most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all shoot.
Now, the issue with measuring everything else, such as the construction paper and the regular paper and the paper towels, is they're way too light. So I'm just going to mark them as like a 0.2 or 0.1 kg, because there's really no way I can measure that accurately on this kind of scale. So with that out of the way, let's move to the next step. So the next thing that I'm going to be aiming to measure is the fluffiness. But Solosice, how the frick are you going to find the fluffiness of a material, you may be asking? Well, I have devised a plan. Basically, I'm going to take a 10-pound weight, put it on top of the material, and then measure the difference between the initial height and the new height. For example, we have this carpet here. Now you'll notice that the initial height is around 2 centimeters, I would say. But if we put this weight on it, you can see that the height significantly decreases. And if we measure that new height, it looks like it's around 1.5 centimeters. We can figure out that it compressed by about 25%.
And some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started.
Oh yeah, and with the measurements, I forgot to add those, so I just added them last second. Basically, the thickness is how tall the material is. So if we have this mattress, this would be the length, this would be the width, and this right here would be the height. Now with all of that being said, I do finally have the total scores. And I'm not going to read through all of them, but the best ones appear to be acoustic foam, books, carpets, comforters, notebooks, paper towels, and shirts, while the worst one with a 1 in every single category was the curtain, which is weird because curtains are usually one of the most popular materials used to reduce echo. So with all of the criteria figured out, time to get on to the experiment. Right here, I've already got the whole thing set up. Basically, the procedure says that you place this about 5 centimeters away from the wall. You place the microphone 100 centimeters behind the speaker, and then you play these audio tunes into the material and test what sound it makes. The first thing we're going to test is the control, which is the wall, so here we go. Boom. After that, we're going to add in a mattress. Boom. And then we just test that material. Then we'll run the test again. And we'll rinse and repeat that process until we're done with all the materials. Another montage!
Making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. She said, "You moving with it?"
And now, we're done with testing. Now we just have to find the decibel level of each tone of each recording and input it into this graph, which is going to take a very long time, and I'm just going to do in an instant. Boom. Whoa, we have so much data here. There's these freaking graphs linked with everything. What I did was observe the difference between every single tone, calculate the difference based on the control, which was the wall, and then with all that data, I summed it up into the total tone difference. And with that, we get these 4 graphs down here. The first one is just showing all of the materials in order, with the comforter being the best and the cardboard being the worst. And the last 3 are the ratio between the total tone distance and the thickness, weight, and fluffiness score. And what you'll notice is there's almost 0 correlation between these scores and the total tone difference, which means we can conclude with the fact that these criteria really didn't make any difference. What this shows is that the criteria that I came up before is not really a great guide for determining whether or not the material that you're about to use is going to be good or not. Meaning that the scientific data has basically no use whatsoever. Dab, 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 dab. After that whole mess, we can finally write our final paper. Now, since I already did a final paper, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my old final paper, drag it over here, and paste it. But before I turn it in, I'm going to need to edit it and add all of the research that I did beforehand. And then finally, I add some of the results, create a conclusion, add an analysis, type in the works cited, add some final touches, and boom, we got the paper done. After all of that hustle, What did we learn from this whole experience? I'll tell you what we learned. We learned that bed comforters are the best echo-canceling material. And unless you do another science experiment to prove me wrong, I'm right. Just kidding, that's not how the scientific method works. Yeah, there's really not that much more for me to talk about. So I guess thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go back to playing Minecraft, and goodbye.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Solosice. Let's talk about my hair. As I said earlier in the video, it's all gone. And some of you might be wondering, Solosice, why did you cut it? And to be honest with you, it's the same reason why I dyed it, because I felt like it. It's funny because some people didn't know that my hair was dyed beforehand. Anyways, the main reason that I cut it is because it took way too long to clean, and I didn't feel like wasting the rest of my life, cleaning my hair. Anyway, let's talk about what I was going to talk about. As you notice, this was a very educational video, which on my channel is not very common. Anyways, the school that this class was hosted by, I am attending next year. The reason that news is important is because it's a residential school that's based 2 hours away from where I live, meaning that I am not going to be able to really make gaming videos. In fact, I actually got a really good and new laptop during the making of this video because, I'm going to need it to edit my own videos at the school. Anyways, I've talked about this school in the past. It's called IMSA. It's kind of like a regular high school, except it's not in the way that all the classes there are honors or AP. Now, I know that you're thinking, Solosice, how the frick you get accepted into school? I thought you're stupid. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised I got accepted as well. Have you seen my past haircut? Now, I'm obviously not going to be able to do gaming videos at this place because it just would take up way too much time and I would be spending way too much time gathering clips. But I can do vlogging. This school starts somewhere in August or September, I don't really remember, but I'm going to be moving in with my good friend Simon. You might know him from this clip.
Hi.
You guys f***ing stink.
Don't cuss, it's a Christian server. Hey, are you in your pants right now, kid? Oh, never mind.
He's a pretty funny dude. But as you guys have seen on my channel, I've been uploading some CSGO videos, and specifically CSGO videos focused on one gun. It's going to take me a long time to make all 40 gun videos. So I have about 40 to 50 hours of footage of these next 2 guns that I'm going to do. I'm going to make those videos, and then I'm just going to put the series to rest. But I am thinking about making some more Minecraft content. My current schedule right now is to upload this video, upload the 5.7 video, upload the Tech 9 video, and then upload a Minecraft video. Now I'm also going to be streaming a lot of Minecraft Hardcore because it's a really fun game mode and I want to play it, and it'll be a way to spend my last few months as a normal teenager. Thank you guys for listening to these announcements. I intentionally didn't make its own video because update videos are boring. Thank you guys for watching and have a good day. Peace.